Thinking, Jacob and JNaps. I was just looking at the 1v1 leaderboard the other day, and I spotted Jacob and JNaps both in the top 10. I thought, Jacob and JNaps are both playing 1v1s. I should get them to 1v1 on my stream, because they're both called Jacob. Jacob is, of course, Jacob Knapman. And then we got Jacob McDowell, I believe, his actual Jacob's name, or something like that. Jwiz, I don't know if that's if Wizmont is a surname or something. I'm not 100% sure, but Darkfire's name is apparently also Jacob. According to JNaps, he's told me that Darkfire's name is Jacob. Maybe Darkfire's just snuck in here. His name isn't even Jacob. But to be honest, if his name isn't Jacob, if it turns out that this is all a bamboozle, then from here on he shall be known as Jacob. So we have best Jacob NA about to go down. I'm pretty excited to see this one. Is Jacob even the best Jacob NA? Jacob definitely has the most to lose here, because obviously he is currently known as Jacob. But is somebody about to take that title from him? Denial J Wizmont, the substitute for Denial Esports. I don't believe he's ever played on my stream, but the first time that I saw this guy play was in a 1v1 tournament, and he did pretty well. So he is definitely a solid player, top tier player in North America. JNaps, playing for G2, needs no introduction. Darkfire's changed his name to Jacob. So this, wait a minute. I think this is actually Jacob, because he's got the foam hat. And then Darkfire's name is also Jacob. In the Batmobile. So this is Darkfire, who didn't qualify for RLCS group stage. Barely missed out. Selfless were able to take down Darkfire's team, Ohana. But they're definitely a top 10 team in North America. JNaps and JNaps and Jwiz trying to team up here. So Jacob to Jacob. And now we've got Jacob looking to find Jacob. But he gets challenged by Jacob. It's alright, goes straight to Jacob. Jacob with another interception, and now Jacob on the right hand side. I could do play-by-play here, it would be great. Just Jacob all over the place. I'm hoping these guys all change their name to Jacob for this second game. And Jacob with the first goal. Really nicely done by Jacob. Setting this one up. Bad touch from Jacob to center the ball. And Jacob was just sitting in the net there, not really playing much part in terms of saving that shot from Jacob. So yeah, if we had to make a guess here of which Jacob is going to come out on top, I would have to go with Jacob, because he is currently the highest rated 2v2 player in the world, and that really does help when 2v2 is the game mode that you are playing. Great double touch by Jacob. He got the clear to prevent the initial goal, and then he got another touch to take it to the side as well. So safety always a priority when it comes to Jacob. But Jacob outplays Jacob with a sexy backflip dribble. See Jacob Knapman getting completely juked in both directions, and he was able to do no more than backflip the ball into his own net there, as Jacob and Jacob take the lead. Best casting of a match ever? I hope not. I really hope not.
How many Jacobs? If a Jacob be for Jacob, could Jacob?
I don't know, dude. That's a good question. Darkfire really, he is the MVP here for calling himself Jacob for this match. I need to ask the other guys to do the same. We'll have to identify people. Somebody was asking me, will I be able to tell who people are just based on their car? And I think when it comes to Jacob, the answer is yes, because he's such a clear, you know, foam hat user. Wait, is this the new car? Is this the new car? Is it out already? I did not know that. Wait a minute. This is the new car, right? What's it called? Ice Charger. Is that the Ice Charger? Or am I just blind and mixing up Dominus and Ice Charger?
Jacob.
No, that's the Ice Charger. It's out. Check it out, though. Ice Charger. Let's check that in the thumbnail for the ultimate clickbait. That's what other YouTubers do. They just put like something new in the thumbnail. Jacob and Jacob really bringing it to Jacob and Jacob here. The prior absolutely outplaying the latter. It's a new card. Look at that. This is pretty clutch by Jacob to bring the Ice Charger into the best Jacob NA tournament. And as the real Jacob, he'll be very happy to get a win over Jacob Knapman, who is the highest rated 2v2 player in the world. Huge win, because of course they will be teaming up together for one of the other matches in this lobby, and you'd expect that to be a win. Two RLCS players against two non-RLCS players. Well, I mean, Jacob Wizmont, you could say is an RLCS player in a sense, because he's a substitute for an RLCS team. Great pass by Jacob Knapman, finding Jacob Wizmont down the line, and Jacob on the goal line, unable to keep that one out. Yeah, it's good. It's good that that we found more Jacobs, because making a 1v1 Jacob best Jacob NA tournament would have been a little bit unfair on the other Jacobs who are also high rating and up there in the pro scene. Should have invited Ash. His name is Jacob. Who on earth is Ash? That's what I want to know. Jacob Wismont and Jacob Knapman definitely in it with a shout to equalize this game. They've had the majority of the pressure ever since their equalizer. Jacob and Jacob at the back, able to do some nice wall defending, keep the goal tally as it currently stands. Now we got Batmobile Jacob. Instead of going for a high flick, he was trying to fake an air dribble into a shot there. And Jacob of NRG showing us his off-the-wall mechanics. He does love to kind of make it look like he's flopped to play and then actually have a plan the whole time. Floor pinching is always, not always, but it's often an afterthought. Somebody, you know, going for an air dribble play or a clear, and then they realize that they've got above the ball, so they just track it all the way down and floor pinch it underneath the incoming defender. And if the defender doesn't hit the ball right as it bounces, it's very, very dangerous. Ooh, Jacob Knapman taking the ball away from Jacob McDowell. Is it McDowell? I'm actually going to go on Jacob's Twitter really quickly. I swear that he's got his real name. It is Jacob McDowell, I was right. So Jacob McDowell off NRG here. Jacob, the spam. Jacob inflated, Jacob humiliated, Jacob exasperated, Jacob penetrated, Jacob constipated, Jacob boomerated, Jacob overrated, Jacob waited, Jacob outdated, Jacob underrated, Jacob sated, Jacob hated, Jacob baited, Jacob waited, Jacob irritated. Oof. It's good to finally get that done. I'm surprised, I'm actually surprised at myself for being able to read that fast. I'm slightly impressed. Just thought I'd let you guys know. But yeah, Jacob and Darkfire, as he is in the Batmobile, are gonna be taking game one, bar a miracle. Jacob Knapman and Jacob Wismont. Okay, that's the beginning of a miracle, perhaps. Johnny with the double time. I mean, I just kind of went double time after starting off that donation message. Or the spam. I was like, nah, I need to up it. I need to up the level here. By the way, Alligator Source, thank you for the 4 months in a row. Much appreciated. And School R7 with a new sub as well. Welcome to you. No, also Poi Chi. Oh, we nearly saw an equalizer here. I should probably be looking at the screen. Oh, we might. We will. Jacob Knapman ties the game. Look at that. I really thought this would be over, as this play led to nothing, but suddenly, bump on the goal line by Wismont on their exit has opened up the gates for Jacob Knapman to get the tie game. Beautiful stuff coming out of Jacob and Jacob. Jacob and Jacob are going to be frustrated at the other end. Like I was saying, Poichi, thanks for the resub 2 months in a row. I appreciate that. Probably going to see an overtime here. But of course, these guys don't like overtime. They like to keep the ball up in the air for as long as possible. Wismont trying to keep it up. Will he get some help? No, he will not. Would have been very questionable if Jacob McDowell had popped that towards his own net with the backflip. I wonder why more people are not using the Ice Charger. I'm pretty sure that it's just a straight DLC and it's a copy of the Dominus. In fact, it looks dead like Dominus Hitbox, if not identical. So that's beautiful to see. And it is going to be Jacob and Jacob who take game one. I'll really quickly get a scoreboard up on the screen for you guys. Can we please get all Jacob names for goodness sake. This is way too easy to tell who is who right now. We need all Jacob names to make it difficult. I'm just gonna get a scoreboard up here very quickly.
Cheer 100, cheer 100, cheer 100 have enjoyed your content for a while, Johan.
Okay.
Also, if you could compare RL to a sport besides soccer, which one would you
excuse
pick?
Me?
I think hockey.
J-Wiz just letting the side down completely. Unbelievable. But we will see Jacob Wismont and Jacob Darkfire. I don't really know. Don't know what Darkfire's real name is. Going up against Jacob Knapman and Jacob McDowell. But yeah, Jacob and Jacob, they had the game pretty much in the bag, and then they threw it away, and then they grabbed the bag at the last second and managed to secure it in that overtime. Jacob freestyle to the bottom corner. It will bounce past the goalkeeper. But fortunately, Jacob was there on cleanup duty. Jacob Knappman, great first touch, and again, just tracking the ball down to the ground. Doesn't want to give a free half volley clear to Jacob, so he wanted to get in the way of that one. Did so very effectively. His nameplate is Jacob, seems bugged. Is it? Oh, so he did it too late. If you don't get the changed name in time, then I don't think it changes. Because yeah, like you said, he does have Jacob nameplate. We have all Jacobs hopping around the field right now. But unfortunately, Jacob Wismont was not able to get it in time. But look at that play by Jacob. Jacob Wismont, straight off the ceiling. That clear by Jacob McDowell. Not in the safest of locations, kind of hitting it straight towards J-Wiz. And of course it was Darkfire and Jacob were able to take game 1. So Darkfire currently in the lead for best Jacob NA. Still a long way to go though, and I would say Jacob Knappman, being the favourite coming into this, he needs to step up his game, because if he loses one more, that will be GG. He won't be able to take a victory in the lobby. We will have a tie for or some form of tie after 3 games. Maybe a unanimous victor. Who knows? Currently the only people on track for that are Jacob McDowell and Jacob Darkfire. I don't know. Maybe Darkfire has his name on Twitter. Let me see. Maybe he does. Or I could go and smash GG and find it out. I'm going to do that actually, because I'm a tryhard. Ignore me, guys. I'm actually going to smash GG right now, and I'm looking up Darkfire's surname, because I feel like it. I'm already there. Or else Season 3 attendees. We're doing it. Darkfire. Bam. Gorilla. Gorilla? Gorilla. Okay. Jacob Gorilla. I knew that. While I'm at it. Yeah, it is Jacob Wismont. There you go. So we got a whole bunch of Jacobs here. Jacob Gorilla and Jacob Wismont getting tied up here by Jacob Knappman and McDowell. Ooh, and a second shot being fired wide this time. Looks like the only hat being represented in the lobby is, of course, the foam hat of Jacob McDowell. That's something that he has been repping since it was released. Used to love seeing those NRG boys, or it was Kings of Urban back in the beginning. Oh my goodness, nearly an own goal coming out from Jacob Knappman, but it might work out. He's on the breakaway. Straight shot, won't be anywhere near getting saved. My bad, says Jacob. Completely whiffing on the rebound. Jacob Wismont was not paying attention to that. We do see the #1 2v2 player in the world, Jacob, able to show us why. With a little bit of help from Jacob. Oh, we got some Jacob on Jacob action in the net, as looks like Jacob Gorilla is going to get absolutely brutalized by Jacob McDowell. Meanwhile, at the other end, we see Jacob Knappman just with the 1v1 play onto J-Wiz. Look at the throw by Jacob Knappman. Oh my word. The distance that he was able to get on that with an Octane from almost a standstill. Really something to behold. But much more important to pay attention to the lovemaking which is going on inside the blue net. You can never ignore scenes of beauty like that. The mating ritual of the Jacob. A little bit of a touch too far to the left is not going to make this easy for Jacob Gorilla, but he does manage to get it center. Jacob Wismont, Jacob Gorilla had the lead here before conceding 3 goals consecutively, and we see Jacob McDowell upfield flopping around. Classic Jacob McDowell. And he's not going to wait for this to bounce. He could have taken a half volley shot there, but he's gone for the first touch and then the shot and the volley. Great play by Jacob, mixing it up. Most players would expect a immediate shot here. Jacob just pops it to himself and then volleys it. And Darkfire, completely caught by surprise. He was still turning because he thought Jacob was going to take a little bit longer to get that shot off. Definitely one of the most awkward players to play against in North America, and indeed the world, is Jacob McDowell. And I've said so in the past, Jacob McDowell on NRG Esports is a way better player than Jacob McDowell on any other team, in my opinion, because when he's teamed up with Fireburner, that synergy has been going on for so long that they really are on another level. Jacob McDowell this time does get outplayed completely at the near post by Jacob Gorilla. 4-2 is the score. Jacob Wismont and Jacob Gorilla are going to need to do a little bit more of that if they want to get this one into their favor. But legit Jacob McDowell currently in the lead in the lobby. looking to prove that he was the OG, the actual best Jacob NA all along. Still a way to go yet though. Will he be able to get the unanimous victory? He'll have to beat Jacob Knappman one more time if he wants that to be the case. Currently Knappman is working alongside him. I know he's from the UK but sounds American. Yeah, it's just because like when I'm doing commentary and stuff I try to not sound Scottish because some people don't understand Scottish accent very much. And oh, what a 50-50 Jacob McDowell getting sent flying at the game. As Garola just kills the ball. Absolutely dead. Pass from Jacob to Jacob. Will he go back to Jacob? Complete whiff by Jacob instead. But I don't know, would there be any other names that we could do this with? Oh, the solo play by Jacob Wismont getting denied by the double bar down. So unfortunate. That would have really brought us into an interesting ending to this game. But what other names could we do this with? I don't know if there's any other common usernames or usernames, real names in the pro scene in America or in Europe, perhaps. I was talking to Cuxer and Greasy, and Cux said that his name Francesco is the most common name in Italy, and then Greasy's name is Marius, and he said that that's the most common name in Norway. My name being John is pretty common in Scotland as well. That is going to be game 2 going to Jacob and Jacob. So some people will be a little bit surprised by this. That the actual Jacob is going into game 3 in the lead. Jacob saying you guys suck. Jacob also saying that was fun. Best Dave RL. There's probably 4 Daves. But the final hurdle for Jacob is going to be Jacob and Jacob. Will our foam hat wearing, ice charger driving Jacob McDowell from NRG Esports be able to secure the title of best Jacob NA, the OG Jacob? Alongside him this time is Jacob Wismont, who does have 1 win to his name at the moment. Oh wait, no wins to his name at the moment. I take that back. 1 win currently for Jacob Garola in the Batmobile, and Jacob Knappman, the favorite going into this, as the #1 2v2 player in the world in the ranked playlist. But Jacob has stayed unfazed. He doesn't care about Knappman's rank points. Stop confusing you? Nah, dude, this is all part of the plan. All part of the plan. Best Jacob NA, Green arm and a leg. Like I said, I was going to get Jacob versus Knappman, Jacob versus JNaps, but then we found out Darkfire and JWiz also are called Jacob, or close to. Oh, completely lost to the near post is Jacob McDowell. Jacob saying that he trusted Jacob with that save. So Jacob perhaps a little bit too much trusted his teammate Jacob there. Jacob looking for the backboard play, but JNaps already there. JWiz will have a shot, but gets denied by Garola from behind. Garola's a pretty wicked name. Darkfire. Going with a completely different IGN to his real name, although there's elements of the Jacob and everybody else. JWiz, JNaps, and of course Jacob. The very blunt and obvious usage. Feels backflipped by Jacob Knappman. Will give a chance to our Wismont McDowell combo. Backboard defense has been on point, but not anymore. Garola with a clean whiff. And we did see full trust from Jacob Knappman in his teammate here. He was already positioning to follow up on the play that was likely to end up in the corner. The clean whiff by the Batmobile gives the equalizer to Jacob. Of course, JWiz has a lot to gain here also. Currently the only player without a win to his name. He's able to take 1 win. He will tie for 2nd place in a 3-way tie. Very patient play once again from Jacob McDowell. Just waiting for Garola to be finished with the whiffs. And he might have a chance. Does center it. What a play. Jacob McDowell to Jacob Wismont. That is a pretty sick setup. Getting the clean block onto JNaps. And then just getting a fake in the near post. And it rolls out perfectly to JWiz, who was in the area. Jacob McDowell set up for success. Is it going to happen? The dream is alive for McDowell. And a great chance. Doesn't look for the backboard because he sees the bottom corner. Knappman, no chance at the near post. And again, Garola's got to be called into question, as he has done nothing more than center the ball for his opponents. Nice one, Jacob. Thank you, Jacob, says Jacob. Get them all in the exact same cars? Nah, then it would be way too hard to tell the difference. At least right now I can tell by the cars who's who. And I'm loving the new, this new Octane decal, by the way. Don't know what it's called, but it looks kind of royal. It looks like he's got the furry skin, or the furry paint, which I'm not sold on. I'm not gonna lie. Remember I talked about earlier in the 2v2 lobby that we were watching from Europe? Jacob right there illustrating exactly what I love to see. Just having plenty boost as he goes onto the back wall. So he's able to get down into the play again very quickly. To get a little bit of an accidental mind game onto J-Naps there. And the bump by J-Wiz, and the mind game gets the late 50-50. What a play. Huge play by J-Wiz right here. He's ahead of the play, accidentally bumps J-Naps, and then mind games onto Darkfire. Oh my goodness, I didn't realize the bump was a mistake. I thought he was just running interference intentionally, but he had ball cap on and he just drove it to J-Naps by mistake. Huge fortune in a situation where they really didn't need it. And speaking of fortune, another very strong 50-50. Could have been 5-1 there. Only 2 minutes on the clock. This is looking like it's going to be game, set, match for Jacob. Look at his secure to cement his position as the best Jacob NA. I'd like to highlight, I think I'm doing a decent job with the camera work, despite the fact that all the names are Jacob. Come on. have you been seeing this? My memory being tested to the limit right now. Although, like, a little tip with 2v2 camera work is if you've got the camera on one player. Oh my word! It's Jazer and J-Naps in the Jacob versus Jacob show match. Look at the play coming out of Jacob Wismont and Jacob McDowell. The pre-jump play coming out of Wismont. McDowell sees him. Easy for Jacob TBH. Easy peasy, says Jacob. Unbelievable. 5-1, the most one-sided Jacob versus Jacob game that we've seen. Will he be able to bring anything back from this? Another pre-jump from Wismont. Natman looking for a solo play. Gets one pop. Gets another one right under the bar. Gets denied by that same crossbar though. And now the double touch is there, but he can't secure it. Natman and Garola are so close but so far. In a minute 11 on the clock. It ain't gonna happen by the looks of things. And now Garola, frustrated, looking for the demo, finds it. J-Naps barely can't reach the rebound. There's so many chances barely going astray, but 10 shots to 6. It has been a pretty one-sided affair here. Jacob McDowell, the OG Jacob, off the ceiling. We've already seen one Jazer play. Will we see another? Nearly. He would have been better placed looking for the backboard there as the goal was heavily crowded. But 42 seconds to the clock. It looks nothing more than over right now. And Darkfire not even close to that rebound. I was going to say a little tip for 2v2 spectating is if you do change the camera off, like literally anyone who's not the player who's just hit the ball is going to be relevant in the play in 2v2 usually. So whoever just hit the ball, if they're now at the game, you can put the camera on just about anybody. It's going to be someone relevant. Comeback happened in game 1 for Jacob Natman's team. And then they lost it in overtime. It looks like they're going to need to do an even bigger comeback in game 3. And this setup is there. Gets the lucky dunk at the near post. Small chance. The very, very smallest of chances. The pass. And then the early shot. Straight at the goalkeeper. But the clear just wasn't what it had to be. Left a lot to be desired. 13 seconds. 2 goals required. Kickoff not going in Jacob and Jacob's favor. Instead, going straight out into the middle where Jacob was waiting. And never mind coming in from Jacob on the blue team. They know it's all but over. 7 seconds, 3 goals is technically possible. Oh, we've had a team switch. Really smart play by Jacob Natman. He wants to look like he's had a chance here. But really, we all know the truth. And that truth is that our winner today is Jacob. He has absolutely stomped the competition. 3 in a row. Swept the other Jacobs. All the pretenders to the throne have been swept under the rug. You finally caught a stream and all you see is the Jacob show match. Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you, dude. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. The argument has been settled. Who is the best Jacob NA? Turns out it was Jacob all along. It was all the time. It was Jacob. Jacob is the best Jacob NA. Legit Jacob, not JNaps, JWiz, or Darkfire. What is this? It's just best Jacob NA. That's what it is. Of course. Please, is it not obvious? Is it not obvious that that's what we're looking at? By the way, a couple of subs did occur that I might not have shouted out. Pow Hail 1 and Magu, thank you both for the resubs, 3 months and 5 months respectively. Congrats on the upgrade and the badge, Pow Hail, good to see. Good to see that. Taser with the 300 bits, appreciate that. If I could compare RL to a sports besides soccer, which one do you pick? You think hockey? Yep, hockey is the one. I agree. Skull R7, thank you for the sub. Another new one, I appreciate it. I think I'm all up to date with what do you call it? Shoutouts and sellouts. But that's probably going to be it for the stream today, guys. Hope you had a good time. I'm going to run some ads before I go. I'll probably look for somebody to host it.